We have officially ascended to divinity with Davini Beauty. Hello, my gorgeous ones. Welcome to Aleisha Budget Beauty. My name is Aleisha. Here on my channel, I love all things affordable fashion, beauty, and fragrance. I do hauls, tutorials, reviews, sometimes eyeshadow palette reviews, all sorts of fun stuff. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe, stick around, be a friend. Okay, I know I literally just said don't expect dedicated eyeshadow palette videos for me too much anymore, and here I am with two back to back. But when I got this palette in from Davini Beauty, saw how gorgeous it was and that it was a different type of color story for her, one that I think a lot of people would be interested in, I thought, you know what, I can do another video. So I'm doing that for you guys. And here she is. Here is this gorgeous, stunning palette. Obviously, I've already dipped in with swatches. I will pop them over here. You guys, I think that this is so pretty. This is neutral, but with a lot of interesting shades in here, neutral shades. Like, you don't just have your typical browns. I even think that the tones that she used are unusual for neutrals. Pretty cool toned here. We do have a few lighter shades, a few deeper shades. We do have one that is kind of like a smoky shade here, a black that does have some shimmer to it. We have a purple leaning, kind of burgundy brown, and then some like true sort of camel taupey browns. I think this is really, really pretty. And then you do have holochrome in here. You have a duochrome shimmer. I personally have grown to really, really love Davini's palettes and her quality and her formulas. And the last couple of palettes, Ascension and also Currency, were a little bit more colorful, although Ascension is a little bit more of like a grungy colorful. Currency was really, really bright, mermaid vibes. This is, to me, the most just wearable out of all three, and without being boring. So I'm very excited to dip in. This palette also has a lot of meaning, just like all of Deanie's products do. So this is for her baby boy David, and Davinity is where she and him will finally meet one day again and reunite. I think that's beautiful. It always touches my heart. So I'm very excited. Let's go ahead and dip in and create some looks. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and dip in. I'm going to create two different looks on my eyes today, and then I'll create another look tomorrow so I can get 3 total in for you guys. Hopefully use as much of the shades as possible. So I'm going to go in with Supernatural, the lightest shade. These kind of remind me, the browns kind of remind me of like coffee shades as well. They're kind of that tone of brown. And I decided to film in this room. I don't always film in here these days, or I try not to actually, if I can help it. But this is where I filmed the other 2 palettes, the Ascension and also the Currency palette. So I just thought, you know what, let's come back in here. Let's film. Hopefully the lighting is okay for you guys. Sometimes the lighting's not great in here. I typically use natural lighting whenever I'm filming. And today I'm using more of like the vanity lighting and not a ring light, but another LED mirror. So hopefully this will work for you guys. Okay, next I'm going to go in with Virtue. I just want to see how deep that this goes and kind of pack it on right here. Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure too if this was going to lean into any sort of color outside of neutral, but it's a true, really, really deep, deep brown. Okay, next I'm going to go in with Mystery and see how that kind of blends in here. See how these blend in together. I may bring in one other shade. Ooh, I like that. It is, the Mystery is a little warm, just comparatively to Virtue. like how those blend together. They blend in kind of a, I kind of see this as being a little bit of a grungy palette, a little grungy neutral with a couple of little pops in here of color. But yeah, I like how that blends. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with Eternal and see how that blends even more closer in. And as you guys can tell by the names, I mean, they have a lot of significance. I always say, I just think she thinks of everything. Like Deanie has awesome little Easter eggs when she's revealing, which I know a lot of brands do now. A lot of brands do the Easter eggs and the guessing games and things like that, but I don't think anyone's quite as clever as Deanie. So I've grown to really appreciate that about her. My geeky side thinks it's awesome. Okay, next up, I think I'm going to go with Guardian because I just want to see kind of how it compares to Virtue. I mean, obviously Virtue is brown and this is more of like a charcoal, but I just want to see. Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling that even though one's a brown and one's a charcoal, they would just look really, really nice next to each other. I think these would blend well. And there's enough difference where they aren't duplicating each other. I love that there's some really deep shades in here that you can like grunge it up, smoke it up. These mattes are working so well, by the way. I love her formula. I think it's awesome. I'm just going to kind of bring that right up here to the top. And then I'm going to go back in with Eternal just to lighten it up, coming closer to the inner corner. I think these are such yummy, yummy, yummy neutrals, not your boring neutrals. Okay, now I'm going to go in with Infinity. So I have swatched this and it's sort of like one of those mattes with a sparkle to it. But I think to best maximize the sparkle, using the finger is going to work best. And I do see the sparkle here. I've grown to like shades like this. I used to not really love a matte with a little glitter particles in it, but as long as, especially black shades like this, as long as the base of it is not patchy and is nice and opaque, then I think it's really cool to let those just kind of random pops of galaxy looking particles really pop on it. Yeah, I like that. Okay, next I'm going to go in with Halo, which I know is a hollow chrome. So it's a very silvery metallic. Oh, look at that. Holy moly, you can see me from heaven, which is awesome. But it also has really pretty little sparkles within it. That is so pretty. And actually, as it starts to cross over on top of the black shade, it kind of turns it like a bluish color. That is so pretty. Okay, I was debating back and forth if I wanted to just do the light matte in the inner corner, but I think I'm going to go in with Evanescence. I know this one is a little bit lighter texture, not as thick, and it kind of shifts a pinky purple with a blue. And the reason why I almost held off is because since the base of it is that kind of pinky purple, when you're pressing it down in the inner corner, you can get some of that pink purple first before you pick up the shimmery part, like ooh. And I really want like pink purple right in that inner portion. So I'm just going to go in with Supernatural, that lightest matte, and I'm just going to kind of cover up where that pinky purple base went down first. I think that works. That kind of takes care of it where it just leaves the sparkle. So there's a little tip if you choose to use that. Okay, I think that look is going to be done. Let's move over to the next eye. I'm going to very lightly go in with Blessed because I don't want the inner portion of the eye to be too dark, and I'm not sure how dark this will be. Okay. It's pretty deep. It's pretty. You know what? I think I'm just going to go with it. I didn't come over too far here. And yeah, we're just going to put that sort of on the middle part. And I think I will go back in with Supernatural, the lightest matte, and kind of blend it in the inner portion. The only thing so far that I think I would wish that was maybe in this palette, and it's a little bitty thing, I wish there was one more, just a little bit lighter shade to kind of blend into the deeper shades, because all the rest of the mattes are pretty deep. That is a tiny, tiny thing. Okay, Supernatural. I'm just going to take that now and just kind of blend that in. The shade is so helpful, I think. I just find it really helpful to have just at least 2 light shades in a palette for blending purposes. Sometimes it helps me correct mistakes. I'm not even sure what shade exactly I would put in here. I'll think about it. I'll let you guys know. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with Guardian. So that's the one that I put under the eye here, and that's what I'm going to lay on the outer portion. I think maybe if there was a really, really light, almost bone gray in here, we have you know, the really, really light camel-y shade. Maybe if there was a light gray, that'd be the second shade I would put in here, because I think it would blend nicely into the purples. But that's just a little thing. Otherwise, I think this color story is awesome. I think I'm going to do the inverse of the other eye. So Virtue was the one I put up top of this eye, and I'm going to put that right here on the lower lash line, and then up top on here I have Guardian, and then I have that down here on the lower lash line. So it'll just be the inverse of each other. And this eye looks a little similar to this eye, but it is just a little more charcoaly slate cool toned, while this one, when you blend in those browns, it kind of warms things up a little bit. So I like that option. It's like you can either go with something true smoky cold cool toned, or you can go like really, really deep warm coffee brown. And then I think I'm going to use Mystery and pop that right here. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot down there. Okay, now I'm going to go in with Los Cielos, and I'm going to use my finger again because this is another one of those matte sparkly shades. Ooh, that's pretty. And I didn't even tell you guys my plan, but I decided not to do any of the purpley pink shades in here. Just keep it to these more neutral shades since I'm doing 2 different eye looks. It doesn't look as crazy. Not that I really mind. I do have to go somewhere. Maybe run one errand and then run to an appointment, but the appointment's at a friend's house, so she won't care. I'll be like, yes, I have 2 different eye looks, and she'll get it. She'll be like, okay, that's my crazy friend that does makeup videos, and none of my people in real life watch my videos. Like, you guys are my biggest support for sure. It's just not what my real life people are necessarily into. Okay, and I actually took the Los Cielos and ended up using the flat part of my brush. What did I use? This one. This flatter brush here, and just kind of packed. It didn't work as well with my finger as Infinity did, but I like that. And then I kind of elongated a little bit, so I added a little to this one just to make them a little more even. But that kind of changed some things. When you added Los Cielos, it definitely has more of like this midnight blue instead of looking just dark, smoky neutral. I think it's really pretty. Okay, next I'm going in with Crossroads. Very excited. It's that sort of marbly shade. And it's a little chunkier, just a little bit. It has more texture, but it's still smooth. It's like more chunky, but also smooth, which probably makes no sense, but ooh, that's so pretty. I love that. I think it looks really pretty blended into the Los Cielos. Love. Okay, loving this. Now I think I'm just gonna go in with Halo again and plop that down just right here and in the corner. Oh yeah, like Halo's definitely gonna pop things. It's so reflective and sparkly and beautiful. Oh my goodness. Love, love, love. Okay, I think we're done, and I'm gonna put on the lashes and liner, choose a lip, and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so here we are. Oh, and Miss Phoebe decided to join this. She's my puppy dog. She's my baby. Okay, here we are. Gorgeous, stunning, love it. So pretty. And honestly, I think I could get away with wearing these out. I don't think that many people would realize these are two different looks, even though in person, when I really look at it like they are, I don't want to make it sound like, you know, you're just going to do two looks and they're going to look exactly the same, but I just think it looks cool together. So first two looks, fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and go in with this third look. And I've used every shade except for the more purpley pink shades and shimmer. So that's what we're gonna use today. So I will have used every single shade. So I'm gonna go in with Beauty. This gorgeous it's kind of magenta, but I think it has, yeah, it leans a little purple too. So it's a pinky purple. It's a, what would you call that? I'm trying to think if you combined them. I'm thinking about this way too hard. Since they both start with the P, I'm like, pinkle? Pinkle? Okay, I'm gonna stop. But ooh, that is a really pretty shade. Okay, next I'm going in with My Immortal. And we're gonna lay that down right here. Okay, that's really, really pretty. Sometimes these type of shades are kind of hard to tell what they truly are gonna look like on the lid. But that is so pretty. A very deep, deep raspberry brown. Okay, those are just so yummy together. Next, I'm going in with Bliss. And we are gonna pop that right down here, lower lash line. Ooh, this is very, very pigmented. Whoa, almost more pigmented than I was expecting, but really pretty. It's this one's kind of a deep purpley navy. It's kind of hard to tell if it's navy or purple, but it's like you just mixed the two. Maybe skin tone might depend on which way it leans. Ultimately on me, I think it leans purple though. Just a really deep, deep eggplant. All right, next we're going in with the Devotion. I've been dying to put this one on. It's just so pretty. And we're gonna pop that. Ooh, I love it. I knew I was gonna love this. This is beautiful. Devotion is so yummy. It has some pink, purple, maybe blue, gold. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think that's my favorite in here. I love it. Okay, then we're gonna go back in with Evanescence and pop that right here. Yeah, that gives it just a really pretty bright blue hue. Oh my goodness, this is just looking so pretty. And then I think I'm going to mix in Beauty, the pink, with Supernatural to see if I can lighten it up enough for the inner corner. Let's see what this does. Oh yeah, that works. It just makes a really light pink inner corner. That Supernatural shade is so helpful in here. I'm telling you guys, like, you have to have some sort of lighter shade. Oh my gosh, yummy. Okay, I have lashes on, but they're very natural. Maybe do I want to leave them? I'm like debating in my head. This is very natural. I may add a more dramatic lash real quick in a different lip, and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so I am back. Here is the final look. I decided I left the same lashes on. I just went in with a little bit of mascara just to volumize them a little bit. Lower lash line. Here's the look. Added the lipstick. You guys, I love this look. I think this is, I loved the other two, but I think this one I love just a little bit more. I think it's so pretty. I was thinking this could be a Valentine's glam too. But you guys, Davinity, I used every single shade in here. Outstanding. Outstanding. Her formula is so good. I want everyone to try so badly. Her mattes are great. It's not all the time whenever these special shades and the mattes are kind of equal. The mattes are great. And then actually her special shades are just like, they're phenomenal. So maybe slightly better than the mattes, but the mattes are still excellent. And you don't see that all the time. I think the color story is gorgeous. I love that you can get like a real dark kind of grungy neutral glam out of it, but then you can also get this fun pop. I think it's gorgeous. This is already available. I highly recommend it. You can use my code to save. It puts it under $60, I believe, which I think is completely fair for this palette whenever I'm judging it against other indie palettes. I think it's one of the best formulas in the game. So grateful that she sent it over. Love it. I thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, have fun shopping, budget shopping. Bye.